Hey everybody, welcome back to this edition of What's Happening at Mid-America Flight Museum. Mechanics have been hard at work on the C-41, General Hap Arnold C-41. It is going to be the flagship for the U.S. Roast coffee brand, which is what Scott Glover is starting. So let's go and check that out and see how the progress is going so far. They're redoing the interior. They're not doing a whole lot to the exterior. It's going to be polished like this. It'll say, I believe, on the top of the fuselage, on each side, it'll say U.S. Roast. I've seen drawings or renditions of some writing on the bottom, the U.S. Roast coffee logo stretching across the bottom. Not sure if that's going to happen, but we will find out. Let's go ahead and check out the inside. They've been doing a whole lot of work to this thing, as you can tell. They completely gutted it. They took everything out, and the seats, which I'll go show you that in a second. And the leather turned out really nice. It's a beautiful color combination too that they went with. And not only just the interior, but they're upgrading they're redoing the cockpit completely. New avionics, new seats and everything. We got a new paint booth inside the maintenance hangar, which has been really handy as far as getting things freshly painted just like we want them. Looks like Billy Packard, one of the guys, has been painting on that. Looks really nice too. Pretty cool stuff. It's neat to see this all come together. And if you have any questions about the coffee, it's US Roast, and that's the web address as well. It's www.usroast.com. So go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and buy you some. It is actually very good coffee. But in case you're curious, in case you have not seen it, Scott Glover and I did a walk around video of the C-41, and it's on my YouTube channel, so go check that out whenever you get a chance. And one of the other airplanes that I'm really looking forward to doing a walk around video on it with Scott is the Lancer right here. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about it, but it's a really cool looking airplane. It's odd looking, and that's why we like it. Let's go ahead and check out the front of the C-41. Two additions to the Mid-America Flight Museum. We have a Howard DGA, and if you know what DGA stands for, leave that in the comments below after you like the video and after you share it. But check it out, leave the comments. If you know what DGA stands for, leave it in the comments below. But this is a Howard DGA. It was once owned by Carroll Shelby, and it was most recently owned by museum pilot Andrew Keist. Andrew sold it to the museum and bought himself a beautiful Christian Eagle from Stephen Covington. It's a 1929 Waco Taperwing, and this is one gorgeous airplane. We're looking forward to making some videos on both of these aircraft. The Howard's going to be restored. It could use a little bit of love, but it's a wonderfully flying aircraft. We've actually made a video or two on that. And the Waco is going to be just a magnificent one to make some videos on. If you look at the wing, you can see why they call it the taper wing. And it's not just from the GoPro either, but you know, it does taper off into a point, which is really cool. This is probably the most recent addition to the museum. One of the things that we like to do here at the museum is keep as much as we can in-house. So this is the silkscreen printing press, or this is the thing that makes all the t-shirts over here at Mid-America. And if you look, we have made quite a few. We make a lot of stuff for Victor Dog Food, which is the dog food that Scott Glover makes, which is what helped him start the museum. And then we got museum shirts. We got a lot of cool ones over here for the 47th annual World War II glider pilot reunion. That's what we did last October in 2017. But this thing, if I remember correctly, I think they said once it's all sped up and once you go in full speed, you can pump out like, I think, 500, maybe 600 shirts in an hour. And this thing is just really super cool to see it working, and to see everybody working. And then you got the dryer right over here, which is cool. The newly covered seats for the C41 give you kind of a sneak peek of the color choices that we went with on that. Beautiful style, nice color, and it smells really good in this room too with all this new leather. Scott decided to stick with the 2 bench seats up behind the cockpit area. He kind of likes the idea of 2 bench seats, which is how it was whenever he bought it. He likes the idea of the 2 bench seats being facing each other, so people can kind of makes a party out of it. You know, it gives everybody a chance to kind of bond together and have a good time. Very cool. Let's go check with the maintenance guys, see what they're doing. What's up, Billy? Billy's one of the more famous guys over here. Yeah. What you doing, buddy?
Putting the prop governor on a 1300.
1300. Is this for the T28?
Yeah, the A model. It's in Breckenridge.
Oh, cool. So this is the new engine.
Yep.